Thank you so much. We're live on Kookie Promotions YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, comment, and share whenever you see this video. We're right here at the Sheraton Gardens, having a good time with the amazing beauty queens that have just been crowned yesterday at the Sheraton Gardens. They're all looking amazing, like you can see them, and they told me that is part of their job. To smile and wave is part of being a beauty queen. Kickstart off with the main character, that is Natasha. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How was the journey, and how do you feel being crowned the new 2024-2025 Miss Uganda?
The journey was quite interesting, having started from Kampala, pre-auditions, we went through, I think, like 3 eliminations, and then finally we got to boot camp. We even had another elimination in boot camp, but to see that God has brought me this far, I'm so grateful and so thankful. And of course, special thank you to my support system, my parents. They've been there for me from the very beginning. They've put in the time, the effort, my friends. So I'm so grateful to God. And yeah, getting to this position was not, and I wouldn't say it was a smooth ride.
Why do you drive the inspiration to join Miss Uganda?
Well, I'd always had the to come and do it, but obviously when I told my parents, the first time I told them, they wanted me to finish school first. So after I graduated, I got my degree in accounting and finance. Then that's when they said you can go ahead and do it. And that's when I decided to come. So yeah.
Looking at the previous beauty queens, Miss Uganda, do you drive any of your inspirations from the previous queens?
Yes, I do. All the queens, they actually mentored us. They came to boot camp, they gave us lessons on how to act and how to speak, and I was so inspired by their ways, how they take themselves and how they interact and coordinate with other people. It was so inspiring.
Kati, when you told your parents Mbogenda joining a Miss Uganda, what was their reaction?
Then I came to Miss Uganda last year. But Miss Uganda is one place that teaches you manners and how you conduct yourself. So I had to go back and conduct myself and come back this year. So when I told them, of course, they were very supportive, always. They are very, very supportive people. And every time we had anything, they would come. I said that because you cannot be here alone. You need a very, very supportive system to make it.
Okulemerako okuja Miss Uganda wali ogoba ki? Motoka, fame, vibes, following on social media, or what?
Already enough following. Every girl comes to Miss Uganda aiming at a crown. If you don't aim at a crown, or you have to be very, very focused. Me, I came, of course, awangulirako ne motoka, but that was not my main focus. Specifically, I wanted to grow myself, to be a better person, because Miss Uganda is that one place that provides you with that, really, yeah.
Natasha, what was the main goal that drove you to come to Miss Uganda?
The main goal, obviously, I'll start by saying I think it's a dream that God put on my heart, and to see that He has brought me this far, He has a purpose for me. I also have my advocacy, which is advocacy for children with special needs, like children with autism, those that are differently abled, those with Down syndrome. So what inspired me to go ahead with that was my little brother. He's called Ethanel. He was diagnosed with autism at the age of 4, so he's not able to speak. And of course, when you go out in society or in the communities, people, they don't embrace him as much because, they think he's a curse or something like that. But every child is a blessing from God, regardless of what they look like or what they're like. And yes, I'd just like to push that, to see that more people are accepting children like that, whether they're differently abled, they can't speak, they can't, But that's the main project that I'd want to push out.
The grand prize is a motoka. Omanyo vugero ina permit?
Nina permit.
So no need to hire a driver?
But I'm required to have one. So.
Moving on to this, the first runners up. Would I be wrong when Amamono, one of your goals was the CANF fame?
Not really. It's all I can say is it comes as a bonus, because with the Miss Uganda platform, it has a lot of attention, a lot of media attention too. So fame is an automatic thing. When I joined from the regionals and I won Miss Uganda Eastern Region, I was looking more at changing the community. Yeah, so when I looked at what I needed to change, I saw there was a problem in our aviation industry, where you can find it's predominantly males who are actually there. So I was seeing a vision that can be able to change our aviation industry, where we can have more women take up more courses of Africa. Why don't we look at our market at home that can be able to help us? So basically that was my advocacy, and that was initially what drove me to come to Miss Uganda. Yeah.
When you talk about your advocacy being about aviation and you come from the East, how would you describe such an advocacy to a young child in the East, maybe Mbale, Jinja, specifically which region, and maybe in your language they can understand better?
Well, Chenyinzo Kugamba is that you have to chase your dream. When I was young, I did not believe. I said yes. I wanted to be an astronaut. That was my dream. But God had other plans for me. I'm still in the sky. Yeah, I'm still in the sky. Yeah, so it's not an easy journey, and not many people know that you can actually, aviation and piloting as a career is achievable. Schools that are coming up, interested in sciences, do it. You might get the chance to actually achieve your dreams. Yeah.
Natasha, it's been a long journey since this whole competition started. Is there a memorable period of time that stands out for you? Maybe a crowning day, maybe the boot camp.
Of course, crowning. That's the most outstanding. Like up to now, it's still sinking in that I've won.
What was your initial reaction when you mentioned Natasha, beauty queen of 2024?
I didn't even know how to feel. But yeah, it's such an honor to be in this place, in this position.
Is there any outstanding memory during this journey?
Definitely. Yesterday, before the crowning, I posted something. My climax was the talent nights. I danced. Yo, Maganda dance. Simanyi kuzina Maganda naye. I don't know if you came to talent night. Me, I can't even dance. These guys know I can't dance. But simanyi mazina jegava. Because everyone had to showcase their talent. And for me, I was there, I'm like, what talent do I have? I can't dance, I can't sing, I can't. But I was like, no one is doing the Uganda dance and I'm representing the central region. Let me just go for it. I got a trainer for 2 days and I trained just, small strokes, but I danced. And even the judges were everyone was surprised, the crowd, Natasha's fans. They all came in front to dance. That was the best moment for me, really.
I think I'd also say talent night as well. Another contestant called Patra. And yeah, that was the first time I had done something like that, honestly. But it really brought out so much in me. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I was the president of the boot camp. So I think they were able to see my kind of leadership skills.
This question goes to all of you. Kati oli queen mulamba ensi yonna ekutunuulidde. Ogenda kukozesa otya platform eno okulaba nga inspiring abaana abato abagala okujjamu eno pageant maybe next year, and then they are now looking up to you and now looking at what the causes that you're following up. How are you going to use this platform and fame and the connections, the network, to see that you inspire other young girls? I think this is going to go to all of you. I will start with.
Okay. Of course, to be an inspiration. Number one, I graduated, and I think that's something they should carry on as well. They pick a leaf from that. School first, finish, do whatever you have to do, graduate. Because at the end of the day, you need that firm foundation of an education. Of course, I would like to push the girl child to continue school. We'll do, of course, as Miss Uganda as an organization, they do their best to support the girl child, be it providing sanitary towels, scholastic materials, all of that we shall do. And then another thing is I'm a business owner. So I would like to empower the youth to also start their own businesses, be able to financially support themselves. If it's through mentoring them, workshops, we'll do all of that. And also my advocacy, like I said earlier, children with special needs, I want to see that they have an equal opportunity as well in the community, like getting employment, maybe through skilling and training them. Still, it will come back to starting their own businesses. So yeah, youth development and as well as international representation, representing Uganda in all different nations.
It's all about using my platform. I would love to be there and speak to most of the girls. This year is going to be a year of hard work. We are going to do a lot, and we are going to be there with Natasha. We're going to do a lot, and education is my advocacy. So I want to use this platform to talk to as many girls as possible, regardless of background, regardless of your financial situation. If you have a dream, you can achieve it. I was there once. We need girls to take more science courses. Just like, was it this year? We had more in the UNEB results, more girls were doing sciences, which is a good thing. So we want to use that platform to start from there. Yeah.
Central is very challenging. So many girls have social media, bali ku different social media, balaba ebintu ebyenjawulo, which is a bit challenging. How are you going to use your platforms? Nga ogambye oli content creator, you're visible online everywhere, to inspire the young child, naddala wano mu Central, because aba wano bali tricky. You might find that some regions, some of people are not on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, naye wane Kampala like Central. It's challenging. How are you going to use your platform as a content creator? Okulabanga, you do something for the girl child.
For me, I use my platform, my social media platforms, to showcase my beautiful country and also my advocacy. But what I can tell the youths in the Central region is to use social media very well. They don't know the power of social media. Social media, you can promote yourself, promote other people's businesses. You can also promote your own business. People are getting money from content creators on Twitter, on TikTok. TikTok is a very, very big thing. We have brand influencers, Abaja. So if the Central youths could use social media very well, bajja funamu ekyamakulu, si kubeerako kuvumirako bantu, abaana mubalaba bavumirako abantu, which is not good. So for me, kyenyiza obagamba nti use your social media very well, brand yourself very well, create good content abantu gwe baagala. Look out in the community and be like, kiki abantu kye bakola kye nnyinza okukyusa. You make it better. Learn from other influencers and content creators to get money from it, because at the end of the day you have to get some money. So for me, that's what I can tell them. And also oyina kyebabuuziza nti tuyinza encouraging abaana okujja. Miss Uganda is a very, very beautiful platform. Eyigiriza ebintu bingi nga bwe bagambye, tukeera kusoma, oyambala essuuti yo n'oyingira class. And babaleetera ba mentors from different places to teach you how to speak. Ffe twaliwo ekyo. So mujje muleete abaana bammwe bajje beenyigire mu mpaka za Miss Uganda, bagenda vaayo nga bantu baddala, nga bakyala baggumivu. So yes, kyenyiza obagamba.
How do you plan to balance, the roles and duties that come with Miss Uganda and your personal life? She's a captain, pilot, you graduate, so be her. So how are you going to balance these personal, responsibilities and Miss Uganda?
Yeah, that I have to serve, or once a queen, always a queen. But obviously the main work happens in that 1 year, 2024 to 2025. And so I'm ready to dedicate all my time for that. I'll make sure to come through whenever they need me. But still, make sure to create some time for my other duties as well. But for now, this is the main thing, and I'll do as much as I can to help.
Madam Pilot,
Yeah.
how are you going to be flying planes and then you have to be in Kasese for a project with Brenda and the Queen?
I actually got this question when I was having a one-on-one interviews with the judges. When I'll be doing these CSR projects, I believe before you do something, you have to research. And when you're researching, you're learning in the process. So in the way I'll be balancing it in a way that since I'm connecting aviation and pageantry and introducing it to the people, I'm more or less doing my job. Yeah, so I'm learning in the process. Yeah.
Yes, but Miss Uganda ebawa obudde. Ebawa obudde obusoma kubanga nabo bakulembeza nnyo okusoma. Then nemukola n'ebintu ebirala, but I believe there is always time for everything, and we shall do the right thing at the right time. Yeah.
Good timing is never off.
So are you a hangout person? Like, do you normally go out, have fun?
Where out? What do you mean?
Hanging out, there is an event, there's a party somewhere.
Yeah, I enjoy going for parties.
What's your kind of party?
What's my kind of party? Well, I'm more of an introvert, really. So I don't know. I'm specific, I guess. But yeah, I love brunch.
So we're talking about international, pageants. What do we expect from Natasha from the Miss World? Because we're now looking at it just after crowning. We're now asking, what is Natasha bringing home from the Miss World?
I'll start by saying, of course, I was inspired by the former queen, Queen Hannah Karema, the fact that she was able to, achieve first runners-up Miss World Africa. So I hope to be able to, exceed that as well. Hopefully we'll take Miss World 2025, by God's grace.
Are you anticipating any challenges, and how do you hope to overcome most of them?
Of course, challenges. They're always there. They always have to be there. But I don't know. God will help me through it all. Of course, there were challenges to get here. And I don't know. I'm just having so much faith, and I know I'll be able to overcome everything. And with these two by my side, we shall make it.
So how do you hope to overcome some of these challenges that are coming with, being the limelight, having very different responsibilities and duties as a queen?
I think it's about knowing your boundaries and your responsibilities. Being in the limelight obviously comes with a lot of challenges that you cannot deny. It will never be a smooth ride. So we just have to we are mentally prepared. This is why we had the whole boot camp process. They mentally prepared us, and they told us to expect this to happen. So it's all about mental preparation, know what you stand for. So no matter the challenges you face, you will know how to handle it.
Coursework, exams, research. As a final year student, isn't this going to be affecting you, and how do you plan to overcome these challenges?
I think final year is the easiest semester. It's the easiest semester, really, because we are going into graduation and all those things. And university, you're not in school from morning to evening. You literally have one lecture one day. Okay, I can maybe go to class in the morning and then go meet Miss Brenda. So we shall figure it out, really. We shall see how our schedules, so that our schedules do not collide, really. Yeah.
They say beauty queens don't date, don't get married, don't have such responsible, meaningful, or I say smart relationships. I don't know how I should bring this. How is your love life?
How's my love life? For today, let's focus on the crown.
We'll focus on the crown. Yeah. But do you have hopes of getting married? We've never seen any beauty queen getting married.
No, of course I do have hopes. I remember when we did the prejudgment, one of the things they asked me was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I said, hopefully, Miss Uganda. And the other thing I said was married with children. So, I do see that in the future.
Madam Crowds. Any comment about marriage, relationship?
Well, being a career woman, of course, it's not easy. And now that the title has come into the Miss Uganda title, it's not going to be easy. But I believe, inshallah, Allah has plans for me. And hopefully marriage is in it.
Ekyo kye bagamba nti beauty queens don't get married. We've all seen Miss Fabiola get married. She was Miss Uganda first runner-up. Miss Stella Nantumbwe, she's married with children. Leah Kagasa, Miss Uganda Wisha, she's married in the USA. What are you talking about? And you're saying that we shall not get married? We shall shock you. we shall get married. I mean, look at us, really.
What is the type of man?
I'm not in position to answer that, sorry.
So who has been your biggest force of, like when it comes to the pageant, what has been driving you? What support? Parents, Miss Uganda?
Of course, both my parents and Miss Uganda. My parents, like I said earlier, they put in so much time and energy. They've pushed my dream, and even the whole support system, it was big. And to let them down, it would have been something else. So I did my best to see that I was pushing myself, putting myself out there and taking up responsibility the way I should. So I'm grateful to God that I was able to win the crown.
What has been your biggest support system?
My biggest support system has definitely been my family and friends. And remember, the higher you go, people get inspired. And they also join the wagon. They're like, you know what? I'm rooting for her. So I've had a lot of people supporting me, most of people from my region. Thank you so much. The support was really immense. Yeah.
Me too. I think I would say my family and friends. They have really come through every single. From the moment I told them I'm Miss Uganda, most of them were like, "Why are you so confident?" When I told audition, I was like, "Ngenda ita mumwe mutegeke obugoye buli alina akagoye kalete." So I think my family and my friends were my biggest support system, and I appreciate and I hope I've made all of them proud. Really.
You talked about trainings. Are there essential qualities for someone to be part of Miss Uganda? As a beginner, maybe.
As a beginner, I think just come. It's not that they say we want this one, we want that one. There's no specific criteria, but just come. Just come and try it out and see. And yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get it. So it doesn't matter what you look like, if you're short, tall. Yeah, just come and try.
What motivates you?
What motivates me? Wow. I would say, of course, I live my life with the fear of God. So I think God has been my biggest strength. What would I say? Yeah, biggest strength. And what else would I say? My parents, my family. I look forward to always making them proud. I never want to disappoint them. So I do my best to see that I'm always in line, following my principles and doing everything right. Yeah, so that's my biggest motivation, I would say.
Waliwo omukyala mu Uganda gw'otunuulira n'ogamba ono yampa inspiration?
Yes. First of all, omanyi mu Uganda Airlines waliwo abakazi bameka? Ba pilot.
If I'm not mistaken, about 6 or 8.
They're like 5 when they
5,
hired them. Yes, that was my biggest inspiration. Imagine coming in and you're being among the 5 women who get into that airline. It's so inspiring. Out of it being a male-dominated industry, they still manage to push through. And it shows resilience and courage and strength. I was really inspired by that, yeah. And hopefully I would also want to be on that platform too. Yeah.
Nabatanzi mukyala kyakumotivatinga mu Uganda?
Her Royal Highness Najinda Nabagereka wa Uganda. She inspires me a lot. Era, if I ever get a chance and meet her, nze ng'omukyala ava Buganda, oyo ye muntu atusapotinga ennyo ate n'ekirala ayamba abaana abawala okwekulaakulanya okuyita mu kisaakaate. Nkyogera mu Luganda because njagala kikkaatire. She's one person that has driven the girl child. Really. She supports them. Nabagereka Primary School, we all know the school, the kisaakaate, akoze bingi mu Buganda byetasobola na kumanya. So ye muntu ampa essuubi n'essanyu era neegomba kumulabako. Nabagereka bambi siima ondabeko. Mama siima ondabeko, nze Miss Uganda second runner-up Joan Nabatanzi nandyagadde okulabako.
Nga tumaliza interview, now that your role models, your icons, people are looking up to you, maybe you share a word to the girl child that is out there for inspiration, motivation. I'll start with Machala wa Sciences, Pilot.
Yeah, all I can say is it starts with that voice in you. That voice of you, like, I can do better. I feel I need to change. I do not like the situation I'm in right now. I want to do something about it. Once you have that mentality, trust me, anything is possible. If you put your heart to it, God will always make it happen for you. Yeah.
I think I would say just starting by believing in yourself, regardless of what you look like or you feel like. Of course, we all have insecurities, but at the end of the day, it's just being confident in your body. Like, God makes no mistakes. He made you like that for a reason. So take that, accept it, and yeah, also believe in your dreams. Your dreams are valid. They do come true. And God is a God that listens to our prayers. The fact that He has answered mine, He will also answer yours.
Nabatanzi, njagala kino kise nnyo ku use of social media platforms and then content creation ku mwana omuwala loza. How better can they use these platforms nga nawe bakulabirako, to better up their lives, build a brand, like, yeah.
Nze nga bwe nagambye okugamba abaana abakozesa social media mulina ogikozesa bulungi because kyekisinga obukulu. You have to use social media in a very good way. Me as a content creator, I don't post anything. I don't use it in a bad way. So that's one thing that you should do. Use it to post meaningful things that people will relate you with. Okitegeera omuntu ajja abeera wagamba nalabeka video ka Joan Nabatanzi okiraba kamuwe essanyu bwe bambi. But for me, I think I've used my social media very well, and that's why I'm here. There is no single day that I did not post ku platform yang. At least I put a story. So I've used my social media very well. I've got most of the supporters from social media. TikTok. My TikTok is literally blowing.
Okay, so before we end, I'd just like to say a thank you to Mama, Miss B. She has really been a mother, like even more than a mother. So she's been our greatest support system, especially during the boot camp. If you needed anything, and I mean anything, she was always there for us. And of course, if it wasn't for her having to start the Miss Uganda organization, we wouldn't be here. So we're grateful to God for that. And she's taught us so much. We learn manners, how to conduct ourselves in public, and there's so much more. So I'm encouraging every girl out there to just come and audition next year. Please, just come through. You trust me, you won't regret it. And then my social media handles are Natasha Nyonyozi on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, on Twitter, Snapchat. Natasha Nyonyozi.
I'd like to say thank you so much. Thank you for coming here and giving us the platform to air out our views. I'd also like to thank the Miss Uganda Foundation, because I came in as a blank canvas. We unlearned everything we knew, and we have been molded into the women that we are today. On my social media, you can find me at Captain Sue on Instagram, Miss Uganda Eastern, which is actually going to change to Miss Uganda First Runner-Up. On TikTok, Surya Umeima, on all other platforms. Thank you so much.
On Instagram, I use Joan Nabatanzi. TikTok, Joan Nabatanzi 1. And I'm not on Twitter. Please, I'm not on Twitter, but Instagram and TikTok, and also on YouTube, Joan Nabatanzi.
Yeah, maybe the last one to Natasha. Your numbers on Twitter yesterday were not that many, but immediately you mentioned the numbers started blowing up. I saw people calling out other guys to please follow Miss Uganda so that we at least get to 10K before morning. How do you feel having such numbers now?
Of course, I've realized some people have already started the scamming. So they've put up pages, but it was expected, of course. They've